And I'll move on to the next presentation, which will be Mr. Jani Kumar and Yashoda from DR.
Thank you, Indu, and the team of EBM for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this presentation where we are listening to some of the very extraordinary best practices that everyone has been, been collaborating in this very difficult time. And it's very heartwarming to hear that everyone has been doing a lot. And just to add to what all our predecessors have inputted, I'm representing DR Community Management. We are a part of DR Development PJC. We are um, a company, development initially, primarily a development company, and we are the subsidiary. So we work in the freehold space, basically. In the freehold market, wherein each unit, when the building is developed, it's sold to multiple investors, and each of these, the common area of the building is managed by our company. So currently in Dubai, we manage around 32 communities. Our vision has been to be the region's leading association management company of choice, and this term association management has now been written off, and now we have the community management. Previously we were called DR Owners Association Management, and our mission has been to provide the quality management services by trained professionals in line with international best practices. And our values have been the acronym, basically DOAM, but now we've moved to DR Community Management, but we've retained our values as dedication, openness, aspiration, and making it happen. So we are actually the only community management company in Dubai to receive the Dubai Quality Appreciation Award, and our team consists of accredited staff of who are CMCA holders, Certified Manager of Community Association. We were established in 2009, and we are licensed by RERA. We have around 34 residential communities that we manage, one residential townhouse community, 5 commercial buildings, and the 3 mixed use. Mixed use is where you have the commercial component, the residential component, and the retail space. And a master development which is coming up in IMPZ, it's called Midtown. In 2017, we received the award. Now, with regards to COVID-19, now as you know, this pandemic has been very difficult on all businesses, and for us, we are directly interacting with the communities. So we have been, directly, our operations are directly affecting the people, the residents of the communities, the offices, the office spaces, office goers, and all of these, the large community. So, which is why we, when the pandemic came about, our first action was to set up a COVID committee, which was headed by the Director of Facilities Management. And as part of the committee, we had a rapid action force team in place who would, initiate the disinfection process in case we were alerted of any of these cases. Currently, we have a team of 700 service providers whom we directly manage across the 32 communities that we are managing. So our team, the COVID committee, is giving the direction on what actions need to be taken if a case has been reported and all of that. So, of course, the normal government regulations, for example, the guidelines from RERA, displaying the notices, having the thermal cameras, and all of this installation of touch, the normal practices were all implemented in, in quick this thing, and providing the awareness training for the staff, so, and the installation of floor stickers. So these kind of measures were, taken as part of the normal And in addition to that, in order to give some sort of a community feel, because we have a lot of residents now staying indoors, they're not able to use the common area facilities. So we have introduced some online community events just to give that community feeling. So that the children, especially the major affected parties, are maybe the children because they were the ones who were sitting at home. So to give that community feeling, we set up an online activity where children could participate and send their outcomes to us, and we would select the ones who have done really well and give them a small gift of appreciation. This was something that we did as part of the pandemic because we had a lot of communities who were staying indoors. All of the families were not able to access the pools or the gyms. They were kept closed for a long time. Of course, we've started reopening them based on the government's guidelines, but with the safe distance and all of the norms in place. We did some other events like the poetry competition where they could, because they were sitting with their families, we asked them to write a small poem on their family. So this was also a good time where people started spending more times with their families. So this was one initiative that we took, and we had a good response from the communities for these. Another thing was that the frontliners, like our previous presenters have talked about the frontliners, of course. A major shout out should go out to them because they were the ones who did who faced the pandemic. And previously their services were more or less taken for granted. And this pandemic is actually what brought them to the front lines. So, and gave them the recognition that they truly deserved. And this was a time when we also asked our communities we did a small event where a lot of our residents did not know who their frontliners were. So we encouraged them to know their frontliners, and then we generated a small quiz where a lot of our residents participated, and we appreciated them. We gave them Amazon gift vouchers for people who came out with good answers. In addition to that, we also did a small community cookbook initiatives because people were staying indoors. So we encouraged them to give out their best recipes. And we had children participating for these initiatives, and they came up with their own recipes and home cooked meals. We created a cookbook which we communicated to all our residents. And some of the good recipes were also rewarded. Another initiative as part of CSR that we started was in the communities, we have a lot of people who have unused items. So we requested all the tenants to donate their unused items, which we would give out to barter. We would barter it with other tenants for food. For example, if there is another tenant who needs this thing, they would take it, but in return, they would give us food items. Now, we would use these food items and we would donate them to construction workers. So this is a CSR initiative that we did during the pandemic, and we were able to support a lot of construction workers during this pandemic because of this initiative. Now, from an employee's perspective, we are a small team. We have around 100 employees. Previously, we were all housed in a single office. Now we've distributed a lot of our staff in multiple offices, and and given them option to work from home, as well as we've given them access to Microsoft Teams and mobile phones to directly talk to customers instead of having customers visit us. We have given our customer service agents mobile phones and other technologies so that they can work from home. In addition to that, we have also done an online event, and this was appreciated by all of our employees. because during the pandemic, people were working in away from each other, and just to create that, that feeling, we did an online event where where all of them were required to do a certain game, participate in a certain games. And some people were rewarded as part of the online event. In addition to that, we also have the weekly group huddles, which we do which we do online as well. Of course, appreciating our frontliners was also a very important part of the initiative, and we have appreciated a lot of our security guards, the cleaners, the cleaning crew, and like others, even our company, none of our employees have been made redundant, or any of those measures were taken. We, in fact, we have retained all our staff, and everyone has been on the payroll. So it's been a very difficult time. However, we've been able to, weather the storm now, and now things are slowly settling down with the vaccine and people getting vaccinated. So it's very heartwarming, and thank you all for your efforts and initiatives. That's it from our side. If there is any question, if you can just share it with me, so I can also.
Thank you very much, Jani Kumar. That was splendid. A lot of work, and it's very heartening to see how you looked out for covering the needs of construction workers who were perhaps having to struggle to find their food, to engage little children. What a great social contribution. Thank you very, very much.